nice out here. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today's topic is a video I was sent by a friend of mine regarding a social media influencer slash like personal trainer who flew over to Dubai to create content during the pandemic. So basically what people are saying is she's not supposed to travel through because she was from a tier 4 area in the UK, so that's quite a high, fairly dangerous level as far as COVID is concerned.
Sheridan Mordew is a fitness blogger who travelled to Dubai at the start of January. Despite her area being in tier 4 restrictions at the time, she claims she was able to travel as it was an essential work trip to provide sunny content for her followers. A lot of the fitness stuff, this could be in your garage in Bolton. So you don't have to be in Dubai to do that. It looks like most of the fitness stuff is inside. But the glamour stuff that you post elsewhere is you in a bikini sitting on a sun lounger. And
so I can kind of see where the issue is for a lot of people. Because if you're saying that you're traveling for work and that's your essential reason for travel, so you go out to Dubai, but then the work you produce is basically what you could have produced at home without having to travel anywhere, I can see where people can become a little bit disgruntled with the fact that she's gone out.
Obviously, during the second lockdown, I was really struggling. Being a motivator myself, obviously a lot of my clients depend on me to bring their motivation, to bring their happiness and all that. So as the third lockdown was coming in, obviously, because I'm a business, because I'm a PT, I'm self-employed, I took the opportunity to think, right, well, my mental health suffering, what can I do? I need to motivate other people. I'm not going to start something new by just sitting in the house. And I had this idea and I could not be bothered.
I mean, I can't be mad at her for saying what she said there. As a person who works in the same industry, I can understand and I can sympathize with her completely. It's not always easy for us to find the energy and the motivation to be able to motivate others. It seems quite easy because, you know, when we're in person, when we're in classes, when we're literally face to face with people, the energy kind of bounces off us quite well and we all kind of feed off of each other. But when you don't have that and you're just looking at a screen, that energy is lacking a massive amount. And that's a big part of how we help to motivate others. It's an energy exchange, if you will. So to not have that present and then factor in, and we have to be honest here, this is the third lockdown. And this lockdown is, number one, coming off the back of a Christmas that was nowhere near what anybody would hope for or was expecting. And at the last minute, and it's in the middle of the coldest and darkest time of the year. All of these things are going to have a pretty big toll on somebody's mental health and their ability to motivate themselves, especially in an industry that is so much about motivation.
And there are other influencers, particularly fitness influencers, that are managing to work from here in the UK. I mean, Joe Wicks, for one, I think is probably the best example of a trainer that is managing quite well and getting followers and making money, even giving money to charity.
So what? She's not Joe Wicks. She doesn't have the same living situation, financial situation. She doesn't have the same motivational ability. We all have different levels. We all have different ways of working and motivating ourselves. Joe Wicks is living a pretty good life that he's earned. I'll give credit where credit is due. He's not just kind of popped up and had 100,000 or 1 million followers, however many he's got, I don't really know. But his circumstances are way different to hers. He's making a whole lot more money. Yes, he's giving some to charity, so sir, salute you for that. But yeah, he's not experiencing what she's experiencing. So it's apples and oranges.
When I was struggling, I was thinking, well, I can't sit and swallow in my own pity, do you know what I mean? So my happiness, you know, obviously there was a loophole in the system where you can't go out for travel. And yes, I went out for travel. I'm doing business. I'm working from my room.
Okay, so this is where it does become a bit of a problem. So she's called it a loophole herself just there, right? And she's saying she could have sat and felt sorry for herself, but instead she decided to do something about it. And for her, that was the loophole of, I can say that I'm traveling for business and it's essential, and then I can go and enjoy the sun. Now, as I said before, Should she be allowed to enjoy the sun? Absolutely fine. You know, if you're there and you're able to do it, who wouldn't? I mean, you'd be crazy not to, right? But when you're trying to say that, you know, your main reason for going was to get the energy to motivate people who would be lacking motivation in these times, but then you're also saying, oh, well, you know, the way I'm helping myself out is by traveling abroad when I shouldn't really travel abroad, doesn't send out the best message.
And a
Do you
lot of
think
these
your
girls'
pictures
messages now
might
saying, I'm
add
so
to
glad that you did
people's
something about
mental
it.
health struggles? Because they'll be looking at those images and going, that's not available in my life. I can't do that. I'm sitting at home. I've got kids who are homeschooling. I'm trying to hold down a job.
Yeah.
I'm worried about money. Oh, my God, look at this girl who's got everything in Dubai and she's not even meant to be there.
And again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying before. On the one side, that's not really her problem because she is going out there and she is creating content for her job, whether you like it or not. So you can't argue against the fact. Posting all the other stuff that is not related to her job undermines the genuine claims she has to her motivations for going out there. I don't think this is a question, and again, this is ultimately what it's going to come down to is your interpretation of it. I don't think she sat at home and thought, you know what, if I go to Dubai, I'm pretty sure that will help me get the motivation I need to create content. My feeling, just from listening to her and, you know, the little bit she's been saying so far is, I could use this as a reason to go to Dubai. That's what it boils down to. Now, again, is that something that's particularly wrong? Yes or no? That's going to be a question that you have to answer for yourself.
Other influencers do work from home and haven't stretched the rules as you have. To pick up on Holly's point there, you actually said a lot of girls are like, you're such an inspiration being in the sun when everyone else is stuck in the house. I mean, it's an interesting quote that we are all stuck in the house and we're all looking at things like this. And I think it's in everyone's nature to be, you know, the outrage brigade, to look at something you're doing, you're enjoying something when they can't, and so therefore that really annoys them.
So they're showing you images of her sitting by the pool, you know, out in the desert on like a quad bike or something like this, I don't know. But the point being, she's out there and she's sharing these images of her basically having a great time, nicely professionally done shots, you know, just to help create a buzz around her. But the issue here is you're saying you're trying to motivate people and this was essential, you know, essential travel, but then you're showing off the fact that you've exploited a loophole that many other people can't. So again, if you want to go out and do these things while you're out there, 100% absolutely, I don't have a problem with that. But the issue I do have is when you are showing off all the things that you've been able to do that are not work related, that you shouldn't really be able to do if you weren't taking advantage of a loophole, you're kind of undermining your argument there when you're being that tone deaf to the current situation.
I think top and bottom of it all now is down to your happiness. So because personally I wasn't happy, I mean, obviously everyone else in the nation can work. A lot of people can't work, a lot of people cannot work, but a lot of people can work from home. So they've got secure jobs, they've got a financial income. When I was sitting in the house, mentally, I didn't feel like I could be bothered to do anything because the weather, because of the lockdown.
Okay, so at this point, I start again to lose a bit of sympathy for her. She can absolutely do the work from home. And by home, I mean not leaving the country, not going to Dubai. She could have stayed exactly where she was to produce the content she's producing. I've done it myself from my kitchen or from my bedroom. Some of you guys that are watching this will probably have taken part, and thank you for that. But yeah, the point being, you didn't have to go abroad for that. You can work from home. So to kind of almost insinuate that you weren't able to is just not accurate. If I was an office worker and I didn't have to be in the office because, you know, offices are shut, can I fly to Dubai and then do my work from a hotel in Dubai and enjoy the sun at the same time? Is that essential? I'm not motivated because it's cold and it's dark and, you know, the days are short and it's just not a nice time to be in London right at this particular moment in time. So can I use it as an excuse as an office worker doing a 9 to 5 to fly to Dubai to do my job? Probably not. So does a fitness influencer have a get out of jail free card because what she does is more active? A job is a job at the end of the day, and she could have done hers at home the same way everyone else could. So to use that as a justification to say, well, I needed to go abroad, you start to lose me there, sorry.
Have you felt guilty
kids,
at any stage?
Yeah, do you know what it is? Like, quite a lot of the times, to be fair, but it's hard, it's tough because I've been torn between, do I post things, do I not post things, what's right, what's wrong, do I show people what I'm up to, do I not show people what I'm up to? But
You're sort of digging out your own argument there, unfortunately, because if you don't post, if you go to Dubai and you don't post, then there was absolutely no reason, an excuse for you to go in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. So times that I felt guilty, I've sat back and I've even said to like other people, I said like I shouldn't really be posting these things. And obviously it was my birthday as well, so I was posting like my birthday night out, but then employing people.
So this is the point where I'm really starting to lose a lot of sympathy for her. Is it a coincidence that her birthday happened to fall on this period of time when she's flown out to Dubai and she's posting up all these things? I highly doubt it. And again, this is all going to come down to your own personal opinion on her motives, but when I hear something like that, what that tells me is, my birthday's coming up, I'm tired of the weather and so on, I want to go away for a holiday. Do you reckon I could use, my work as an excuse to fly out there and basically enjoy myself in a way I'm not allowed to in the UK? Yes, I think personally that was more of a key motivator than actually saying, oh, let me go out there and refresh myself in a way that allows me to produce content. Yeah, sorry. When you consider that there are a whole bunch of people that are here that don't have the ability to fly abroad, as I mentioned with the people that work in offices and so on, or should be working in offices, they may not feel like working, they may feel demotivated, but they still got to get up and do it because they have to get up and do it. So realistically, you could have done the same thing here. You decided because your birthday was coming up to fly off and enjoy some time in the sun. The only issue for me is maybe just be a bit smarter and don't post about it. But then today's generation has to post about absolutely everything that they do. So would she have even been enjoying herself if she couldn't share it with the rest of the world?
I provide a service. Sometimes it's a free service. At the minute, I'm providing free workouts on my Instagram. I could just sit back and just think, do you know what? I'll wait until the gym's open. But because I've got such a high demand of young girls that I want to do it.
This image doesn't motivate me. It makes me feel utterly jealous. Like, I'm just so jealous. I just want to feel the sun on my skin. That's all I want. I would love nothing more than to do that.
That was essential. What you posted there was essential.
Essential. And this is what I'm saying, like, where you undermine your arguments a little bit. When it's like, oh, I'm on the camel. Oh, it's so nice out here. And that has nothing to do with your work and the reason you've gone out there. That is not something that's motivational. And you know it's not motivational. What you're just doing is you're flexing and you're showing off for Instagram, which again would be absolutely fine. But for me, it comes down to, do you believe she was doing this as a means to get motivation to provide content, or did she use the fact that she can provide content as a means to go out and enjoy herself? I'm leaning much more towards the latter in this case, just because of her answers so far and the material I'm seeing that she has decided herself to post.
It's just the fact that I'm doing my kind of thing. I mean, if anything, I'm getting people motivated in the house. I'm not saying, come on, let's get out, let's go outside. Like if I was in England, I could do classes outside. I could do. The purpose of what I'm doing is to motivate people. I've got my PCR test. I was negative. To be fair, there's a lot of English people out here. So it's kind of, what are they doing? Are they providing?
If I'm honest, I couldn't really care less about this topic. I know at the end of the day, should she have gone across there? Probably not. Is it a bit distasteful? Probably. Did she do something wrong by letter of the law? Probably not. So, do you think she was right? Do you think she was wrong? Comment. I don't know, but realistically, I couldn't care less. Anyway, till next time.